Hi, I'm Claire Fallon.
And I'm Emma Gray.
We're the hosts of Here to Make Friends, a podcast for anyone who loves
or loves to hate
the Bachelor franchise. We're here today with some superlatives from episode 4 of Hannah's season of The Bachelorette.
So much to talk about.
So much. First up, best influencer representation.
Gotta be Jed.
That was such a heartwarming, touching moment when Jed finally opened up and made himself vulnerable enough to say that he came on the show as an influencer, came here for the followers.
When I signed up for the show, I was so clueless. I was open to the idea because I love, but my first thought was, this is like a huge platform.
And he owned his mistakes. So now he's here for the very right reasons.
That was a breakthrough moment on the show. We've never seen someone open up.
No, it honestly felt like a milestone.
It really was. I mean, we have a lot of influencers on the show, but no one really wants to talk about it.
Luke P. Felt the need to tell Hannah that I was here to promote my tequila business, which isn't even a business yet.
Own your influencers. Own it. Next, we have the biggest waste of advertising dollars.
Oof, poor Newport, Rhode Island.
Really got the short end of the stick. The only thing we really learned about Newport is that you should probably leave it and go to Boston.
And as someone who's been to Newport, I don't think that that's accurate.
It's a very lovely place.
They came out here with lots of amenities, beautiful landscape and buildings. They offered themselves to the Bachelorette, and the Bachelorette said,
"No,
we're
thank
leaving."
you.
Next, we have to award Worst Tour Guide. Hannah.
She did have a lot of fun.
Fun in America.
I think it's safe to say that Jed learned nothing about Boston.
This right here was the Thomas Edison Hotel. It was founded in 1692.
Neither did Hannah.
Paul Revere invented the bike. And this is the monument.
Neither did we.
This is where Mr. Ronald McDonald got his idea for the golden arches.
There was tea once at a party.
They threw a bunch of tea in some body of water.
And there was taxation.
There was a chant. What was it? No taxation, no representation.
Without representation?
No, without taxation. No taxation without representation.
Unclear.
We'll get there eventually.
I think it's safe to say that Hannah should not leave her day job of being the Bachelorette.
I agree.
Next, we have Worst Luke. And
Wow.
there was some stiff competition this week.
There are two Lukes, and one of them was significantly worse than the other, although Luke S is also a little bit of a weasel. Luke P is the worst Luke.
You
By
can't just
a long shot.
You can't just body slam someone after the play in rugby. That's always going to put you on the naughty list in my book.
We're just going to say that unprovoked physical violence generally a strike against you.
Next, we have Best New Euphemism.
Also, Luke P. He calls said unprovoked act of violence a little sideline scuffle.
It almost sounds like a new dance, but it's not. It was an act of unprovoked violence.
This whole sideline scuffle, I don't remember how it happened, to be completely honest with you.
I guess props to him for trying to spin that, but we're going to say no dice. We don't buy it.
No, thank you.
Next, we have the most outstanding self-parody from a Bachelorette contestant.
It was this beautiful line that was uttered as the men walked towards the cocktail party.
Lions? This is an alpha male's house.
Lions, said a voice in the distance. This is an alpha male's house.
We know Bachelorette contestants love alphaness. They love lion statuary, apparently. This was just a beautiful moment that made me feel for just an instant as if I were watching a parody.
It's like as if this was the SNL version of The Bachelorette, but actually it was just The Bachelorette.
Yeah, they're really just saying the subtext of their usual commentary out
Yeah.
loud this season.
Like, lions equal alpha male. We all came on this show to get Instagram followers. It's just out there. Next, we have best research skills.
Luke P. had a lot of outstanding moments
The
this
man
episode.
knows how to Google.
He heard the word psychopath. He said, I don't really know what that means. And he went to Google and he looked it up for himself. And you really have to respect that.
This is the definition of psychopath. That's the complete opposite of me.
I like a man who can self-educate.
Next, we have best brutal honesty.
The other Luke, Luke S., who just got brutally owned by Luke P.
And really
And
owns up to how stupid he was to let that happen.
Am I crazy here? Like, I can't
it's-
believe I got outsmarted by you. I'm so angry at myself.
If you're being manipulated
Yeah.
by Luke P, you have to question yourself a little bit. And that's exactly what Luke S does.
I found his sense of shame really relatable and also earned.
Me too.
Yeah, he's so full of that it's like, it's coming out of his ears, you know?
And now some classic weekly segments, most likely to win the whole thing.
I think we kind of disagreed on this one this week, although we had the same, top two. I felt like Tyler C. kind of came out on top. He was just beautiful. He had the lines.
Butter me up, girl.
He comforted Hannah in her most vulnerable, sad, weepy moments.
I want you in your eyes and I want you in your love. You know?
He did it up.
I think that Tyler C was great, and I would probably marry him. But I think that Jed had a more unique connection with Hannah. He was the person that she felt specifically comfortable being herself with. And to me, that's more of a husband material date.
We will see. I think, though, it's gonna be these two kind of going up against each other for a while.
I see them going far. And finally, most likely to be the next Bachelor.
I think we gotta give it to Peter this week. He showed up, he had his bright pink shirt, he did a lot of making out with Hannah very passionately in various positions. And also, smiled his cute little baby face at her and really made a play for America's heart.
So I wanted to officially ask if you wanted to be my girlfriend.
He asked her to be his girlfriend, and that's the kind of adorable touch that we expect from our future Bachelor.
Exactly, and there's plenty of time for him to feel unlovable.
I'll preface it with I'm okay with you dating 14 other guys at the same time.
And that's it for this week's Here to Make Friends Superlatives. Join us again for more love
And snark.
when we discuss next week's episode of The Bachelorette.
Until then, you can listen to Here to Make Friends on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen.
See you next week.